We have about 300 homes under High and about more than 200 homes in the Manzil. So we have currently more than $350 million worth of assets under our management. What I used to do is open Google Map on a satellite view, mark all the villas with a pool, and we used to go door by door knocking and checking with them, are they willing to rent out their home? In 6 months, we scaled the business from 0 to 50 homes. We are a one-stop shop for an investor who's looking to invest into UAE. We think of ourselves as wealth managers who are focused on the real estate asset class. And I want to document my journey of building a portfolio of 5 homes in the next 5 years. I'm loving it that I'm having a little skin in the game and I'm doing what I'm preaching.
Welcome to the Manzil Studio podcast. I'm Saloni Haryani, a young fashion entrepreneur who's just entered the world of real estate and client advisory, and here with Saagar Panchal, who is the founder and CEO of Manzil. Today we're going to uncover his story, and the aim with this podcast is to inspire young entrepreneurs to someday make it to the same level and build something that Saagar has built. So welcome, Saagar.
Hi Saloni, how are you?
Very good and very excited to be interviewing you, trying to uncover all your stories and bring out the candid bits from you today.
The pleasure is mine.
So tell me, who is Saagar? How do I identify what he does?
So, hi, I'm Saagar. I'm 30 years old. I've done 2 ventures so far. First is Hire Villa, which is a luxury villa rental company, which is operating from last 9 years now. We manage more than 300 properties across India, Bali, and Thailand, and we also do facility and property management. So I think that's my very early experience in entrepreneurship. And my second venture is Manzil Asset Management, which I started about 3.5 years ago in Dubai after the whole COVID thing. So yeah,
That's so cool. So you started at a very, very early age.
yeah.
So
So I'm 13 now. I started it 9 years ago. So when I was 21, I started Hyderabad straight out of my final year of engineering college.
oh, so you were an engineer before you
Yeah.
became an entrepreneur. What was that shift like for you?
Massive. I think, to be honest, I'm not sure why I really did engineering. But again, in the early days, I didn't have direction on what I really wanted to do. But as I grew up, and I think being born in a business family, I think is one of the biggest motivations for people to get into entrepreneurship, because you see your father, everybody every day doing his own business, running his own schedule, and it's a whole different thing. I think that's one of the biggest motivations. Yeah.
And was your family into the same business?
No. My family is not in the same business. So my dad is in the internet business.
Oh, cool.
So this
was
this is completely
a whole your
bootstrapped
idea.
by myself. Yeah.
That's commendable. So tell me a little bit more about Hire a Villa. How did you even come up with the idea?
I think Hyderabad is my inspiration from a guy in Lonavala during our weekend trips to Lonavala during our college days. So we used to go to my friend's villa every weekend, and there's a guy who was working at his place, and I used to see him every week or two. He would have something new in his hand. So which got me very curious on that. How is he making this sort of extra income that he's able to afford all of this? So I asked my friend one day, like, what does he do? And he told me that when they're not using his villas, and when all the neighborhood villas are not in use, he's putting his villas out on rent as guest house. So this was a big eureka moment for me, like, wow. And
It's a
back
great
then the
concept.
concept of Airbnb or giving out your home for stranger was very new, but I definitely saw a lot of potential in it, and I thought if I did it professionally and I marketed well, this could become something. So that's how Hire a Villa started. It was from this guy. The inspiration from was this guy.
So I grew up in Lonavala, so I totally understand that concept. Everyone comes there for vacation. We were studying in a boarding school, so I knew that every parent that was coming
Yeah.
into town was staying in one
Staying.
of these villas, and these were all like celebrity kids. So they always
Yeah.
wanted, a nice place to stay, something that was high end, but that didn't exist
Right.
back in the day. So I
Right.
feel like definitely you
There was a huge
uncovered
market
a
gap.
huge market gap. But I feel like that would have been so challenging, even finding these houses. So how, because it's such a resort, concept in Lonavala. How did you find your first house there?
So, just for the viewers, Lonavala is a hill station next to Bombay. It's 2 hours drive. Bombay is where I used to live. So, Lonavala was quite nearby to us. So, this is why this was like sort of a first location. And the journey of finding the first homes or customers is really interesting because what I used to do is we used to open Google Map on a satellite view, mark all the villas with a pool, you know. So we used to mark the whole, all like 50, 100 villas with pool in Lonavala. Then take out my car, go to Lonavala with a few of my friends, and we used to go door by door knocking and checking with them if there's an owner staying in. If not, are they willing to rent out their home for this sort of vacation home rental? And most cases, there are caretakers to whom we used to sort of pamper them, convince them to give their homeowners number so we could reach out to them and give them the idea of, we can help them monetize and maintain their property by renting it out to people on days when they are not using.
That's such a cool concept. So I feel like there might have been something different that you might have done with those villas that changed it from the concept of renting it out from the home, like caretakers, to you, correct? Like to directly to hire a villa. What was
So,
that change?
Initially, Hire a Villa was a pure aggregator where we would just market this villa better on different platforms. But very soon we realized in India, the challenge is not about marketing, the challenge is more about how the villa is maintained and hospitality. So I think this was a very big change for us. This is what Hire a Villa really brought to the market, I feel. The real change we brought in was we were the first one who started doing the property management business and made it hospitality led. So the biggest problem in these villas are not maintained properly because usually homeowners they build this sort of custom villa and then they hire people locally and then expect them to sort of maintain this custom villa, which is not possible because they are not trained enough to do so. So we realized there's a gap in this market, and to solve this, we started our own property management company.
And I love that because I've seen the way Hire a Villa itself is a brand, and you follow that signature brand in every villa that you have, which I feel like brought a big difference in that market. Because I feel like just by looking at a villa, you can say it's a
because every villa before it goes live, it's onboarded by us, it's fully designed and standardized to our design standards. Then we fully staff the property. So we are the one who's gonna make sure the guest is serviced well, the pool is maintained, the garden is maintained, and the whole place is kept up well by us. So it's a whole different experience, and we managed to scale this experience across all our homes.
So you're catering to directly the person that's staying in, but also the homeowner at the same time, which is just such a brilliant concept for a
So
business.
all our services are completely free for our homeowners who are coming and staying in the house, the housekeeping, breakfast. We go all in for them. So I think it's a good experience for the homeowners, their friends, family who are visiting their home because now their home is fully managed by us, rented out when it's not being used. They can use their home whenever they want and they get the best experience in their own home.
That's beautiful. I want to ask you a little bit about how you expanded from Lonavala into the rest of the world with the brand Hire a Villa.
Okay. So I think during COVID, I learned a very big lesson, and I think it completely changed the way I do business. So I actually moved to Goa full time during the COVID days, and I think that was the best decision ever because I realized how important is it for an entrepreneur to actually stay or operate from the location where they are operating. Because now after I moved to Goa, I could get opportunities much quicker. I could get in touch with homeowners who are visiting, convince them to bring, and also build my network in terms of guests, and also provide overall better experience for the guests because now we are getting a lot more chances to interact with our guests and homeowners, understand their problem better. And I think this really helped us scale really quick in Goa. So for Hairola, Goa is the biggest market. Yeah.
And Goa is such a great place to tap into because a lot of people that are coming from abroad are only talking about either Mumbai or Goa for tourist spots. And I feel like tapping into that market and bringing in the luxury aspect definitely.
I think Goa is one of the best places back in India. I love it. It's my favorite place. Honestly, I while I live in Dubai and there's this whole lifestyle, but I keep missing Goa a lot, and I make sure I go to Goa every month or two.
How many years were you there?
I lived in Goa for 3 years.
Oh, amazing! So you were like deepen your
Deep
feet
in.
in.
Yes. Yes.
I love that. So, how authentic is your lifestyle? Like in terms of, I feel like you're someone who definitely lives the Higher Villa Manzil brand proudly. So,
Yeah.
give me a bit of an insight of how you spend your time, outside of work.
While growing up, my family was a little strict. So for us, night out was a really big thing. I didn't get a lot of chance to go out with my friends to a holiday. So I think this whole business high level and what I do, Manzil, is consciously feeding my sort of wish
Inner desire.
to desire to actually go to the coolest place, coolest villas with my friends and family, and have a good time. So yeah, I think a lot of my business is built around that. I really wanted to go to Goa, so I consciously selected Goa as a location, which turned out to be a very good decision. I think a lot of the business I do is more on my gut instinct, and then the maths comes in. Like, does it make sense for us to do that or no?
Yeah, and I feel like as an entrepreneur, if you've got that instinct, following that always
Gets you
the
somewhere.
best results.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know this about Sagar, he loves vacationing. Like in a week, if it gets to Thursday, he's out of the city. Like he's anywhere in the world, but in Dubai, he's always out. What was the last place you went to?
The last place I went to, I was in China.
Oh, I love that for
Yes.
the Canton.
For the Canton Fair, yeah. I
Festival.
was in Guangzhou, then we went to Shenzhen for a day, and then we were there in Hong Kong for a couple of days. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So getting back to how you expanded Higher Villa. So what was next after Goa for you?
So next after Goa was I was seeking for a new market where I could take my whole property management and the rental business. Then came Dubai, because after the whole COVID lockdown thing, Dubai was one of the first markets to open up. So I was there in Dubai in 2020 December. Then I came back in 2021 October. A friend of mine got me here a couple of times. Shout out to Gaurav. He sort of, kept pushing me that, you should really think about doing something over here. Just look at the kind of supply they have over here, and which made a lot of sense to me. So, again, a lot of gut instinct. And I was like, I should really do it. So, after that trip, I came back in December. I opened up a company. I took up an office. I convinced my friend Prateek, who's my childhood friend. I know him from third grade, to join us full time. And I told him, let's do, what I've been doing with Hirevla. Let's do the same thing in Dubai, because we really know the property management and the holiday home business so well. So I'm sure we can provide better service. So let's start. And that's how the whole Manzil thing started.
I love that. How were you able to tap into the Dubai market directly when you came here? What was the first property that you got?
The first property I got was actually from one of my customers at Higher Villa.
Okay.
So what we did was, as soon as we started our operations here, one was we built awareness back into our customers, friends, family in India, that now we've started this property management holiday home rental business in Dubai. The whole idea was we would help homeowners maximize on their rental income. Okay, using our short term, mid term, long term methods. Our job is to make sure the home is occupied 365 days at the highest possible price point. So they're getting a higher return than the traditional 7-8%. So this is how Manzil started over here. The first home actually came from our initial customer base at Hyderabad.
And what area was it located in?
At downtown actually.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah,
got-
yeah,
you got
yeah.
to tap into
So
like the
we
best.
were very focused in our early days that we only wanted to scale in the most high traction touristic areas. So our focus was downtown Marina and Palm. The idea was we would build a very high quality portfolio of homes, which will be our starting point, and then scale the business into other regions, because initially we really wanted to build a brand which was giving better customer service than all other brands, but at the same time focused on getting you the highest possible rental revenue.
So you said you started this business during COVID, but most business struggle during this time.
Yeah.
How were you able to overcome those challenges of COVID?
I think due to COVID, I completely restructured my business. I moved to Goa full time, and during COVID, we did something really cool. So we were the first ones to actually move people from their small apartments from Bombay, Delhi, and move to them to a Goa, to a huge villa for their family. And we created a bio bubble where we would give them staff cook, groceries would get delivered every day, sanitized, and we create a whole bio bubble where the staff cook and the family is there in the villa all time, and they don't need to go out. But now they are staying in a much bigger villa in Goa with a private pool, Wi-Fi. They have a study room, and they're having a good time. There's a huge space for the family to enjoy in the nature.
That is
So
complete,
yeah.
like, the best scenario in a
Yeah,
COVID situation.
yeah.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah, so I think that was really cool where we moved a lot of families to Goa and helped them live like a little better life than getting stuck in a home in Bombay or Delhi.
So how did the Manzil journey accelerate? Did it go twice the speed as it was in India?
100% because this time we knew the business really well. Like because of the experience at Hire Villa, scaling the business was much easier because we had a tech stack which was completely ready. We had a playbook which was already ready. We knew how to get in touch with the homeowners, how to pitch them, how to get on board with them. And then operation part was really easy for us because we already had a team in Goa. So what I did is I actually moved all of my core team to Dubai for a few months to set our SOPs, help us fast track the business, help us reach the first 50 goals. I still remember we started Manzil properly in June 2022. Okay. And in 6 months, we scaled the business from 0 to 50 homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 6
In
months.
6 months, we got our first 50 homes completely organically, a mix of cold calling people, building awareness with brokers, building a Manzil ambassador program where brokers would refer their
your best
homeowners for us.
referral partners
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
brokers.
Because what we realized, a lot of real estate companies over here, they only focused on brokerage, but they didn't have a property management or a short-term rental arm, and we became their property management short-term rental so that they could provide better service to the
And
homeowners to
aftermath.
whom they are selling. Yeah.
Lovely. But did you face any challenge during this entire journey? Every business has ups and downs.
There are new challenges every day, but that's the most exciting part of the entrepreneur is the overcoming those challenges, with solution which can sustain.
Are you
So
someone who's calm during these challenges, or do you get stressed out?
now after 9 years, I don't get stressed out. I'm very calm, and I think I get really excited when there are new challenges because that actually pushes me out of my comfort zone to think how do we solve this.
So you'd say you're a risk taker, someone
Yeah.
who's always relied on taking that risk, diving in deep, and figuring out all the solutions on the way.
You can say that. Yeah.
So, how many properties do we now have under the Manzil and Hirevilla umbrella?
We have about 300 homes under our management in the High brand and about more than 200 homes in the Manzil brand. So a cumulative of 500 homes
Wow, that's a huge
under our
amount.
management. And actually, we did a quick study on what is the value of all of these homes. And so we have currently more than $350 million worth of assets under our management.
Wow, so you have
Yeah,
been.
so I'm very happy. We never counted, but lately when we wanted to make a new website for Manzil Asset Management, we thought, why don't we sort of check the value of assets we are managing currently?
That brings me to a very interesting question, which is asset management.
Yes.
I feel like you have so many assets under your
Management, yeah,
portfolio
yeah.
that something smart you recently did,
Yeah.
I want to bring to highlight. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit more about the Manzil asset management segment that just launched.
So this has been a business which has been on my mind from a very, very long time. We specialize in property management and rentals, and we know what kind of rental income a home can generate in all of this area. So obviously we have a lot of expertise on selecting which homes will give you higher returns. We've been in this market in real estate and
Long
hospitality long enough, and we understand what a investor is looking at. So I saw a huge gap in the market is where buying a home, managing a home, and getting a return of the home is not so easy because you're buying a home from a different broker, then a different broker is renting out your home, and you are promised so many things in between, like let's say a golden visa or a bank account, or a hassle free, which is not there. So I saw this huge problem while we were doing this property management decided, and I decided very early on I really want to start doing an end-to-end asset management business where we are a one-stop shop for an investor who's looking to invest into UAE. We will help them out with the whole process of bringing their money here, getting them or building them a right structure through which they will start investing over here, getting them the golden visa bank account. So once we start renting out the unit, the money is hitting in their bank, and also advising them with what is the right time to exit on this asset so this can be invested somewhere else, because we need to make sure that asset is the best capital use for the money which we are holding in. Yeah.
Correct. So, what is something different that Manzil Asset Management brings to the world of assets? Because definitely there's so many brokers trying to sell so many different things. How do you pick out the best projects in the market and sort of give the best recommendation or asset plan for a
See, I think
customer?
there are two different questions. One is, how is Manzil Asset Management different from a brokerage? So what happens when you work with brokerages? A brokerage will advise you on where to invest. Let's say you're buying something off plan which is getting ready in the next 3 years. As soon as you put a down payment on that property, the broker will get his commission, and as soon as he gets his commission, he's gonna MIA for the next 3 years. Now, for the next 3 years, you are completely confused on how do you make sure you pay the developer on time every time. Then you are responsible to take the apartment handover, snagging and renting out. So we saw there's a huge gap, and this is the problem which we are saw. Our job really starts after you buy something from us. So we are an end-to-end solution for an investor. They don't need to interact with any other agencies. We are their one-stop shop. So this is number one. And your second question about investing, right? So you asked me,
How do you pick out the best projects
how do
out of the
we?
market?
So again, we are very passionate about what we do. We are data driven and intelligence driven. So before we started the whole asset management business, we have an investment sales team, which are with a group of seniors we have in the office, where we went through every plan which Dubai has in place for itself. So there's a 2030, 33, 2040 plan. There are new metro lines which are coming up, blue and gold, and there's a Etihad rail project coming up. So we have actually looked into all of this data, and we have sort of created an investment thesis for two sets of customer. A customer he's a new investor. He's ideally looking to build a portfolio of homes using the mortgage system, and he's looking to see quick result. So customer who is looking for a return in 0 to 3 years, we have a different investment thesis. And customer who's more mature, has already invested in the market, has tasted it, has seen some success, and now is ready to hold and make bigger bets on the market. So we have a 3 to 7 year investment thesis. So we have picked on some locations which we truly believe in, which we are confident that it will grow in the market. So based on those location, we are giving them investment wise.
Is there an insider information for me for which area I should be investing in?
So I think our simple investment thesis is we want to invest towards the waterfront areas and not towards the desert. Because if you look at the map, in the desert you can build as much as you want, but the real scarcity of supply is towards the waterfront. So we are trying to invest towards the waterfront, number one. Number two, we are focusing on the new areas in Dubai which have just got freehold. So if you see there are three urban districts. There is the whole Palm Marina Emirates Living district, and there is the Burj Khalifa district where you have Burj Khalifa, Business Bay, City Walk, and DIFC, and then there is the Bar Dubai Airport district.
Karama.
So if you let's talk about the Burj Khalifa district. So if you look at the pockets, downtown Business Bay, DIFC, City Walk are almost full. All the infrastructure, most of the buildings are almost ready, but there's still demand in this location. So what did government do recently? So they have opened up new areas in the city as freehold nearby this district for people to invest in. So three new areas which were recently declared as freehold is the Al Satwa location, which is now called the Jumeirah Garden City, and the master developer is Miraz. So this is one of the areas.
Same as City Walk.
Yes, same as City Walks Mirror, yes. So this is one of the areas which recently got freehold, and we truly believe in it. The other two locations which got freehold in Jan, Sheikh Zayed Road and Al Jaddaf. So basically, this news translates into a very big opportunity because now more than 450 new plots have entered in the market. The current landlords can pay 30% of the land value and convert this land into freehold, and foreign investors can now buy projects in this area. All three locations are inside the city towards the waterfront and has lot of value to be given out.
So, in terms of data, you say Jumeirah Garden City has now opened up into freehold. What kind of rush or what kind of increase in demand are you going to see in that area? Where is it going to come from?
So Jumeirah Garden City, the master developer is Miras. Miras already has a master development next to it. It's called City Walk. And Wasal has a very good development just across the road. If you look at the location of Jumeirah, it's very strategic. It is just next to DIFC, 5 minutes drive from DIFC, 5 minutes drive from City Walk. It's anchored to the whole downtown district. So in terms of location, it is very strategic. Okay, a lot of new developments are going to happen in this area. Firstly, we have heard rumors that all the old villas in Satwa are going to get demolished in the next 2 years.
Right.
So once this sort of demolition happens, it will connect all three areas. So Jumeirah Garden City is actually like a missing piece of block connecting Wasal 51, City Walk, and Jumeirah and getting it together. I think once this happens and Miraz sort of brings in their master development angle where they should be coming up with their own sort of retail or entertainment options. I think once all of this happens, you will see a huge appreciation on people who have invested early in Jumeirah Garden City.
Okay.
And for an investor who's looking to invest $1 million, I think Jumeirah Garden City currently is the best option. You are investing right in the heart of city, and you can buy a studio over there, decent size, 430 square feet, for $1 million. I think it's one of the best investments possible in that price category because there will be a huge rental demand. If you look at the map, that is going to be the most affordable living option in the city in that district.
And with the newest sort of design and development, because all
Yeah.
the houses before that area are all now turning into old homes, or anything on Sheikh Zayed Road is that style of old house. I think that's something.
So imagine the whole Sheikh Zayed Road is going to get redeveloped and the old villas are going to get demolished. So you can sort of imagine how this is going to be like the whole new Dubai, and everything's going to change. So people who are going to bet early on this opportunity will see a huge appreciation because a lot of new infrastructure is still pending to be developed.
Love that. So, do you have some insights on what projects we should invest in this area?
So I think currently we are very excited about a new project launch in Jumeirah Garden City, which is Coro One. I've actually convinced 8 of my investors to invest there.
And so have you, haven't you?
Yes. So it's actually my very first investment as a homeowner in Dubai. I'm buying my first home. The
In
whole
this
idea
project?
is, yes, in this project, the idea is I really want to preach what I keep talking about, where I want to help people build a portfolio homes. So Coro One is going to be my first investment, and I really want to document my journey of building a portfolio of 5 homes in the next 5 years. And I'm going to show everyone step by step on how I'm going to do it.
So I'm pretty sure we'll be uncovering this Coro project and how you invested in it the next episode.
Yes.
I would love that.
So I think on my Instagram we'll put out stories of the whole process of buying a home.
So we can
yeah.
as an audience, we can go and check your Instagram
Yeah.
for updates about how you're
Yeah.
investing in this process. I think it's such a good platform because young investors and young entrepreneurs
It will really inspire. Yeah.
get so inspired by, they spend a lot of their time on social media.
Yeah.
And when people tell you their real authentic story, it
Yeah.
really strikes a chord and they want to follow
Yeah.
that footstep. And I love that. I
No,
want
I really want to inspire people, start investing small. And I think Coro One is a fantastic opportunity for every individual who is working in Dubai and has some sort of income over here. And let me break it down. Why is it a good investment, or why does it make a lot of sense for somebody like me to invest over there? So basically, the project is 80% ready. It will get delivered in the next 9 months, and it has a 30-70 plan. So all I have to fund is 30%. The rest 70% I can get bank finance for 25 years. Now the mortgage is, let's say, about 4%. So my monthly AMI with principal amount will be around 3,200 dirham every month, while minimum rental income which I will get out of that home will be about 6 to 7,000 dirham. So even after paying my mortgage, I will have some money saved.
correct.
Maybe instead of 25, I can take a 15-year mortgage, and I will still have enough rental income generated to pay my AMIs. So, all I need to fund is the 30%. The rest 70% I can get at bank finance. So anybody who's making any sort of salary in Dubai, this is a brilliant investment. So I really highly recommend people to
I love that
start.
you're so passionate about
Yeah.
these projects, and you're someone who's literally being a part of this process instead of just trying to have investors come in and buy something that they might not know about.
Yeah.
Instead, you're like, no, I will test this out myself, and I will be a live
Absolutely,
example.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it that I'm having a little skin in the game, and I'm doing what I'm preaching. So it's very exciting, and I really want to show everybody and sort of guide people on how they can build their own portfolio of homes in Dubai.
Definitely an inspiration for me as well. I feel like you've guided me a lot since the beginning. I think we met
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still today tell people that, like one of the first mentors that I had in Dubai was you. Baby steps, but I feel like every conversation we had gave me an insight of how to run my own business. And now
Yeah.
I'm a part of even
And you're
the
doing
Manzil
really well.
team. Thank you so much. It's such a
And
great
I'm so happy
experience.
and proud to see you grow. And I love what you're doing, and I keep talking. And I put you as an example to a lot of my friends who are getting into the fashion business or young and who want to do something new.
I think one of the main reasons I entered the real estate world was because I wanted to learn from your example and grow my own portfolio
Right.
through doing this. So
Right.
definitely
Right.
someone who wants
For
to.
you, it made a lot of sense to start real estate because you are already networking so much. Like you're literally networking on steroids. I mean, you wake up at 7 a.m., you go for your BNI
Yeah.
at 7:30, then you go for this YP networking
Yeah.
event, and then I don't know what all you do. So you're already networking and you're meeting a lot of people, and this is exactly the foundation of becoming a good real estate broker. Networking is key. So I think becoming a real estate asset manager is a good add-on to your personal life because you're already networking. We are giving you a lot of insights about what to buy, where to invest, which you can pass on this. And see, people are looking to invest in Dubai. I mean,
Right.
and there
At all points
a
in
lot,
time.
all points. So like so many people coming here want to invest into this market because this is currently one of the best markets to invest in. There is double appreciation. You have a 7 to 8% rental appreciation, but also an 8 to 10% capital appreciation.
One of the highest in the
Highest
world.
in the market. So year by year, you're making at least 17 to 18% in CAGR, which is great. And if you're investing from India, a 3% dollar appreciation too. So about 20% CAGR. So the market is giving out solid returns.
Right.
People are going to invest, and if you can help them facilitate the transaction, why not?
Definitely agree. I want to actually talk a little bit more about this. I know that Manzil itself, as an asset management, gives their asset managers the best sort of foundation to start with
Yeah.
and cater to their clients.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot
So you've gone through our program, right?
Exactly. And I
So-
want you to talk a little bit more about it.
Okay.
And all the sort of different areas that we're catering to currently,
Yeah.
because that is what attracted me most towards working with Manzil Asset Management.
So number one thing is I don't like the word broker.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be just another broker. We really want to be an asset manager where we are making a difference to our investor. So job of an asset manager It's not just helping him buy the property, but helping him throughout its ecosystem, renting out his home, making sure he's getting payments on time, making sure his home is being maintained, kept clean, and also helping him exit on the right time, using first home as a leverage to maybe buy a second home using the finance system. So the job of asset manager is not just helping him one transaction, but helping him actually build a portfolio of homes. So it really gets me excited. I'm very passionate about this. And to make sure everybody has this value, we at Manzil Asset Management have spent months creating our guidebook. So we have a guidebook or a playbook in place, which every person who joins our team has to go through that training program and that asset management guidebook to start doing this business.
True.
And we have compulsory Mondays and Wednesdays training
That's true.
where we keep out a session explaining or teaching people how to become an asset manager, but also how to make sure you are giving the right investment advice to your clients. So this is the area where we spend a lot of time. Manzil Asset Management is a company we have created to make sure we are creating a workplace or an environment where we are nurturing talent, and we are working towards making all of you successful.
That's correct.
You know?
And I feel like a reflection of my process was so beautiful when I first started. Everyone was guiding me with as much information as possible.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I hear so many stories and I have so many friends in
Yeah.
the real estate, market, and they just are out there trying to just sell,
Yeah.
without the actual information.
Yeah.
I felt like I was studying for law.
Yeah, first month, like
When
that's
I
the
was-
rule. I don't want anybody to sell anything
Yeah.
for the first month, because you really need to know the market before you actually start advising.
Yeah. And
So
there's
the
so many
first month
legalities.
is all about building awareness of what you do and learning and training yourself on what the market is, which are the new good opportunities, why are there. First, I think the idea is you as an asset manager really needs to believe into a product before you start selling it. So until or unless you don't believe in it, you can't sell that product. So our whole process is we make you believe in it. And once you start believing in it, I think that's the point you are ready to sort of get in touch with your clients and sort of, helping them advise on investments.
So you're a big believer of, making sure the education is right.
It's essential.
It's essential.
It's essential.
something
In
like
this space, it's essential. And I think this is the biggest problem in Dubai real estate market. Unfortunately, most of the agents who are operating in this market are not spending enough time learning about the products, about the areas and what's coming in it, why they should be investing. I see a lot of herd mentality where one agent is promoting next product and everybody sort of going towards that product because they see that's happening. Obviously, there are some agents who spend a lot of time doing it, and those guys are our inspiration. I think as an agent, as an asset manager, it's our job to do due diligence of every project on behalf of investor before we put it forward to him. Because these guys really don't have the time, and they are really depending on our expertise for selecting a product which is going to be a good investment from them. So
That's true.
100% we are very big on learning and educating everybody who's working with us.
So I want to come down to one of the last questions of this podcast today. If I had $10 million today and I came to Dubai with those $10 million, how would you take me through a process of buying a property in Dubai?
$10 million. I mean, that's a big number, okay? I think let's be more realistic. Let's give an advice which will actually help somebody build something over here, okay? Let's say if you have $1 million to be invested in the market today, what would I do and how would the next 5 years would look like? The first property I would buy, let's say in Jumeirah Garden City, a studio for $1 million, all cash, all equity. Let's say I buy Coro 1, where I'm investing into this project and I will get the handover by Jan 2026.
So just 9 months from
Just
now.
9 months from now, okay? Once the property is ready, we would furnish it and we would put it out on rent, maybe a combination of short and mid term, and get at least 8 to 10% in rental ROI. So now you already have your first property, and in this 9 months, once the property is ready, you will see appreciation. You will see at least 10% capital appreciation once this home is ready, and then immediately you put the property on rent. You're making rental return. Now you have one property full equity, which you can use to finance your second home. So now we can select a similar product, maybe around the same price bucket. Okay. But this time, all you need to fund is 20% of that, and the rest 80% we can finance from your first home. So now we will help you buy a second home next year. All you need is to finance 20%. A lot of it can be taken out from the loan, from the rental income which you have generated, and this is how we will help you buy a second home. Similarly, after some time, maybe third year, we will repeat the process where we help you identify a third home. You all you have to do is put in the 20%, 30% down payment for the third home. The rest 70% we can refinance on your second home. So we can repeat this process till year 5 to help you build a portfolio of 5 homes.
So I was thinking that I needed $10 million to enter the market
really
of
don't
real
need it.
estate, and all I need is 1 million dirham.
1 million dirhams.
That is almost.
I think 1 billion dirham is a great start for anybody who's looking to invest into this market. And by next year, when we commit 2 million dirhams of investment into this market, we can also help you get a golden visa, which is a 10-year residency program. So by year 2, your million dirham is turned into a 2 million dirham in equity through the bank finance, and now you're qualified to take golden visa also.
So you're not just building a real estate portfolio, actually building wealth
Yeah,
with
yes.
someone.
Yes.
That is the
So we
identity.
think of ourselves as wealth managers who are focused on the real estate asset class, and our goal is to help sure we are making people financially independent by creating this portfolio. But in between, a lot of things are required. Just buying home is not the answer. You also need uh, a golden visa, so you can have a bank account over here, which we can use to take all the rental income, but also take all the financial products which are available through banks.
Definitely. This brings me to the end of the Manzil Studio podcast, first episode with Sagar. I'm so excited to keep uncovering your secrets of this industry and understanding your authentic process of coming into the market, investing in real estate. And I'm so happy that you could give us an entire insight so candidly. Thank you, Sagar.
Thank you. Thank you, Saloni, for your time. I think this was a great first session. And I hope through this session, we were able to give some meaningful information and also motivate a few people to start getting on their own entrepreneurial journey.
So, if you are someone young and investing in real estate, or someone who's just inspired to come into entrepreneurship, this is definitely the platform to listen to and be inspired by. Thank you so much, Sagar, once again, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Bye bye.